Hey guys, it's your Fluffy Kaiju Master here. Uh, Something just occurred to me, and I thought before that, thought leaves, I would videotape it, kind of get it out. And that has to do with dreams. Not dreams like you fall asleep, but what you want to do with your life. And it occurred to me that we are, subconsciously, we know we are perfectly capable. We are perfectly capable of achieving our dreams when we have the resources and tools at our disposal, or down the line we can get those tools. But a lot of us, including myself, let people dictate what we can and cannot do. We let their words sink in, telling us that we're not good enough, we can't achieve our goals, that we're not going to be able to, even in the future. And we let that dictate how we live our lives, if you understand what I'm saying. So, I could talk about myself for a minute. This is that, sorry, a lot on my mind, so it's a little hard to get it all out, but my original dream, like right now I'm an artist, a spray painter, just random artist. I draw certain things here and there. I spray paint a lot, but being an artist wasn't my original dream. It is now, but my original dream was to be a paleontologist. I remember my mother telling me years ago, even today, that I knew what a paleontologist was at the age of, like, I think 2, 3. She would ask, I would tell her, "Mom, I want to be a paleontologist." She said, "What does a paleontologist do?" And I say, "They dig up dinosaur bones," which is basically the gist of it for what I knew at that age. And that's what I wanted to do. I have books about dinosaurs, DVDs, one from Dinosaur Planet, which was my favorite show when I was younger. And that dream was, taken and crushed by the people around me. Not my family, they believed in me, for the most part, as far as I know. But my school that I went to, called Grant Ranch, they didn't, nurture my dream the way I wanted it to, or the way I feel like they should have now, but looking back on it. And it kind of just deterred me. Teachers, students, classmates, I was very impressionable, like all kids are at that time. And that just kind of shattered right there. Like kindergarten, early middle school, that dream, like, gone. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And that's the way it was up till, I think, later middle school, probably around 6th, 7th grade, that I decided that I started kind of like drawing, but I still love the dinosaurs, so maybe I could draw the dinosaurs by looking at their skeletons. And just like that dream, I let people's words get the better of me. I let them, sink in. And that dream kind of fell out. I still have some drawings, I believe, of just drawing dinosaurs from books. Just drawing them, like, over and over. Just different ones that I found cool. It was hard for me at that time. I was very depressed. I didn't really have any dreams at that time because my dreams were crushed. I was really bullied at that school, and just all the words from the kids, they just like sunk in. They just sink in, they get to you at that age. And it feels like you have no dreams whatsoever. And I was perfectly capable, looking back on it, I was perfectly capable of, getting more books and actually studying the, paleontology, or just beginning to figure out what it really was, what I had to do, where I needed to go. I was perfectly capable. I was just letting others dictate what I did. I was letting them win those instances. But everything changed when I went to a school called Kunstmiller Creative Arts Academy, KCAA, in I believe it was 8th grade that I started there. Sure, there were still some bullies there, here and there, but the teachers nipped that in the butt right then and there. They didn't allow that. And I feel like there were a lot of teachers that made an impression on me that helped, like, that nurtured my dream, the dreams of being an artist that I have now. But the most influential one, I believe, his name was Mr. Preston, Jesse Preston. He was the art, like, I think he was one of the main art teachers at the school. And I remember my very first day that I was getting bullied a bit. And he brought those kids over and he, like, nipped that in the butt. And after that day, I wasn't bullied anymore. But I don't think I'd be at a place I am right now without him, without his guidance. He pushed me to, like, get out of my comfort zone, even though, you know, I was a hot-headed teen at that age, so I didn't really, you know, I listened a bit, but I didn't really listen. I kind of stayed in my box because I like my little square. Hold on, let me take these off. They're fogging up. Like, he pushed me to do better, and I did, and I can see that now. Like, I'm still somewhat in the same box, but I have ventured out. I have ventured out into different things, to not so much drawing the same thing over and over. I was really into cats at that time, so I was drawing nothing but cats, Godzilla, dragons, and that's really all I was drawing back then. But he helped me get out of that comfort zone, and I appreciate that for him. I appreciate him for that. And he helped nurture that dream, like the starting of that dream. The other art teacher that wasn't so much like a pushing, driving force was Miss Ayers. She was my other art teacher in 8th grade. And I do owe her a lot too, because she pushed us to go out of our comfort zones, but if we stayed in our comfort zones, she helped us nurture what we were already working on. And like I said, dragons, Godzilla, when I would draw dragons, she would say, go ahead, draw dragons. Do what you want. Do what makes you feel comfortable and work on that. And I did. And I'm better off for it. She, like, introduced me to a lot of different things, printing, just like 3D sculpturing. I knew about 3D sculpturing, but I never tried it before. And I needed that. I needed that exposure to different art forms, because all I knew was the pencil and paper and just drawing. I didn't know about any of this other kind of stuff. The last art teacher, the new art teacher that I came into contact with before I graduated from Kunstmiller, his name was Mr. Neal. Cool guy. Like, you have no idea. Like, the handlebar mustache, the beard, like, great guy all around. And he introduced me to a lot of stuff too. We did some music creation in his class, just random video, like, we did video edits. We created our own commercials for different things. We still drew and such, but he made it to where it was a mixed media class, and that's what it was. It was a mixed media class, now that I remember it. And these art teachers really just overall shaped me into the, I guess, artist, the person that I came to be today. And I probably wouldn't have the knowledge or the skills that I do now if it weren't for them. Now, the last teacher I want to talk about, who really, I believe, kind of set me straight. I was a little rebellious in high school, and it did come to bite me, afterwards and during. His name was Mr. Ablepipe. He was my geographics, I believe, and my art history teacher. Really cool guy. All the teachers at Kunstmiller were cool. I do recommend the school. But he was also kind of philosophical in a way. He made us look at the bigger picture in life, not just looking at it through a straight and narrow tube. He made us think about it. He challenged us. And I would butt heads with him too, a lot, where I would have to be pulled out of the classroom. And I didn't, Now that I think about it, I was a little shit back then. I was. But I think it was for the better that he did what he did, you know? It kind of taught me more, like, I need to be more respectful. If I'm pissed off, I can't just take it out on other people. I can't argue when I'm feeling that way. Sure, yeah, I could argue, but the way I was doing it was not okay, not respectful. And he impacted my life a lot. Like, those 4 teachers were major role models in my life. They were big influences. And I can't remember, he had a saying about it. He had a saying about people and our experiences that he asked the question, I believe. It was, I think, one of our second to last, or like a month before, summer was coming. And he asked, who are you? Who am I? Who are we? And he said, we are our experiences. We are our goals, our dreams. We are our experiences. Other people, other things, media, the outside world, they influence us. They make us who we are. And they helped influence my dream to push forward, to, just to follow it. And without them, if I would have went to a different school, I don't think I would be at the place where I am. And I wish I could go back, but COVID and everything, don't want to, risk anything. I wish I could go back and thank them for what they did, for how they taught us, because it was impactful. It influenced me. It changed me. I know if it weren't for that school, I'd be a totally different person. I might not even be here right now if it weren't for that school. No, like, admitting it now, it would not. I probably would not be here. But back onto the dreams thing. They taught me a lot. They influenced me subconsciously, and outside of subconsciously, they knew. And I know we all are capable of our own dreams. It may not be the dreams that we wanted at the beginning. We changed, I want to be a paleontologist, and now I want to be a famous artist. I want to get my name out there. And I know I'm perfectly capable of that. I do. But, the bullies, they're still kind of up in there. Their words, their negativity, it's still up there. It never truly leaves us, but we have a choice to where we can ignore it and push forward, or we can just accept it and live out the life that we choose. It could be meaningless. It could not. We don't know. But I believe we all know, deep down, we are perfectly capable of achieving our dreams with help from friends, family, teachers, like the teachers I had, or just doing it by ourselves, because that's what some people have to do. Some people don't have a lot of the resources that we had, so they have to try harder, but they are still perfectly capable of getting to the same place that we are, or even past that. And I think that's great, because a lot of them, it makes them work harder. But they still know they're perfectly capable of that. And that's what you guys, I believe. I don't know if someone needs to hear this, but you are capable. You're perfectly capable of achieving your dreams, no matter what anybody says. Including, this is the big one, I should have put this in earlier. But parents, you are the biggest influencers besides the outside world to your kids. And when you say, you should try for something a little, no, don't do that, you should try something a little lower to your level, that influences them. That stops them right there. It's all right, I guess I can't do that. I don't have the perfect capability, even though when they could be perfectly capable of that. So if your kids have dreams, and you ask them, what do you want to be? I want to be this. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a football player. Help them, encourage them, encourage their dream to do that. Get them books, get them resources if you can, to help nurture them. And if they decide down the line, once they're pretty good at it that they don't want to do it anymore, that's perfectly fine. If they have a new dream, help them enrich that, nourish that, because you're still the biggest influencer in their life. Like my mom, it's just been me and her for 21 years, and she's been my biggest supporter. She's influenced me a lot, and she's pushed my goals, my dreams. Like, you want to do this, go ahead, I don't care, like, do it, good job, I'll support you either way. And that's probably the reason why I'm still, like, pushing, trying to push. It's hard. I'm lazy. I know I'm perfectly capable of doing anything I want. Like, I have a anime idea that I'm trying to, get through. And I know I'm perfectly capable of writing a story and drawing out the characters. I'm lazy. It's too much, like, I feel like sometimes I think it's too much effort. But nothing in life comes easy, and I know this, but I'm being lazy about it and not wanting to do it. And that's why I'm holding myself back. We are our own worst enemies, and we're holding ourselves back. So if anybody, I know I'm probably rambling on, but if you're to take anything away from this, you got to keep pushing. If your family or your friends don't support you or don't want to help you with your ideas, your dreams, your goals, find somebody who does. Look for someone who does. There has to be someone in your life. And if there's not, find somebody. Make some new friends. Because it's hard to push by yourself. When you have somebody with you, it's a whole lot better. And I have people all throughout my life pushing me, and I'm still holding myself back even with all this support. So it's hard, even with all the support you think you could have in the world. But don't ever give up. Don't keep pushing. You got to push past those roadblocks, that wall. It may seem impossible, but for your dreams and goals on the other side, it should be worth it to push past, to break that wall, to climb over it. That's all I really, have on the matter. You just got to keep pushing, guys. You can do this. Your dreams, your goals, your life are important. You're important. You mean something to this world. The next generation, we, as the upcoming adults, and the children before, and the children after, our dreams and our goals, we are going to shape the world. It may not seem like it now with all these elections and just the hatred and evil in this world and just all the chaos. It may not seem like we will make a difference, but we are dreamers, and dreamers run the world. We drive it. We push it. We're here. And if no one's gonna fight for this world to dream, to make it better, with our ideas, whether you're an artist or an engineer or a paleontologist, an author, a philosopher, even a geologist, you're important. You give something to this world that no one else can, because you look at it from a different perspective. Well, that's all I really wanted to, get off my mind before it faded away. Until next time, this is your Fluffy Kaiju Master. Peace.